Well, it's my second blog and everything has already gone to pot. I had a ton of stuff filmed for you, which I am sharing with you in this vlog. But towards the end of the week, my 16-year-old dog Hope died. And to say that that has been difficult is the understatement of the world. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to share with you the beginning of the vlog, and then at the end I'm going to do a little tribute to her. So I know this is not what I expected my second blog to be like, but I hope, it's just the truth about life in general, and also about life in, when you get past 50 and dealing with loss. So it's just real, and that's what I decided to share with you this week. So hopefully the first part, you enjoy the first part of my happy part of the week, and I hope you'll hang with me for my little tribute to Hope. So are heading to the dermatologist. I have these two little white bumps that I have discovered are called melia, something like that. I have done everything possible. I will show you a close-up. I've done everything possible to try to get rid of them, like little patches and things, and they will not go away. And so they are driving me insane. So I'm going to my dermatologist. Now I will ask him if I can record it, because I know some of you, including Chris, love to see this stuff done.
So basically you kind of break the skin just a little bit, like that.
White stuff
That's
is?
the white stuff is keratin. Then I know it's ready to come out of there. So we push down real hard and kind of pull towards us, and there it is.
Yay. All right, so I am upgrading my at-home wardrobe because I wear it like 90% of the time. So it has to be super comfy because I will not wear it if it's not. But I'm trying to make it a little bit more cute. So here's what we've got. I went in-person shopping to Soma rack. I found this. Look at that lusciousness. Look at that. I just could not leave it there. I could not leave it there. And the urge to buy like 10 more of these is great. Looks just like exactly what you'd want to cozy up, and just a little more elevated than a sweatshirt or something. So that is a winner. This is just a sweater. It's soft. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. It's going to have to pass the soft test. It is cute as can be, but is it comfy enough? I do think this is comfy enough. Like, this feels like the same material, but it is more of a sweater material, and I just think this will be so cute on my Zoom meetings and things, and if I have to run out and do errands. This one got me on a TikTok ad, because again, it's that same fuzzy material as this. All right, this one is soft as can be, but I don't know if it's an upgrade because it looks pretty sloppy. I don't know if I should have got this because it's that same kind of, oh no, it's not an upgrade. Spoiler alert on the purple sweatshirt. It does look like a sack of potatoes, but it was super cold and snowing, and it was laying there with the tags on for me to return it, and I just couldn't do it. I kept it because I wanted to put it on. So is it solving the problem of upgrading my daytime wardrobe? No. Is it keeping me warm and happy during the winter? Yes. I have worn it to death. So this is a sweater, but it's like a hoodie. I have it in green, and I have it in this red color. Just getting a new one. It's super soft. It's a little bit of a hoodie, and I would call it upgraded because it's a sweater, but it still kind of looks like a sweatshirt. So I don't know if I'm accomplishing what I want to, but that's where we are. Oh, that I live on a compound. What the heck does that mean? So we have connecting yards. My house the yard connects to my cousin's house, and then that house connects to my bestie's house, Chris. her yard, and then Chris and I own the house next door. So we have 4 houses in a square, and we call that the compound. Chris and I call ourselves platonic life partners, whatever you want to call it. So she comes over and we have dinner together and watch TV every night. I love cooking, so I cook. She loves doing gardening, so she does the compound gardening. It is a wonderful arrangement. I highly recommend. So tonight I'm making pot pie, so I thought I would share that with you. I have a rotisserie chicken, some frozen vegetables. I'm going to make a roux, and we're going to put puff pastry on the top. It is so good, and it's kind of a winter evening, so sounds good to me. I love cooking, but most importantly, I love coming up with hacks. Like, how can we do this quicker, easier, and still make delicious food? I'm at a point where I just feel like getting DoorDash or ordering carryout is gross. I love going out to eat, but if we're not going to go out and eat it there, I might as well just cook it at home. Most things that I cook taste better anyway. So I'm just going to take the chicken off of the chicken breast and slice it into little bite-sized pieces. So now we're going to do our roux. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of butter or so, whatever is left in this thing. And then I will add, Harry needs to go out. I'm going to melt 4 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm going to put about a 1/3 cup or so of flour in there. You stir it all up. I'm also going to put some seasonings. I have seasoning mixes that I make, so I always have them on hand. This one has salt, pepper, garlic salt. This one has salt, pepper, garlic salt, paprika, red pepper flakes. I feel like it has something else, but I can't remember. Constantly seasoning things. So that's going to be our roux. That's going to be the sauce. I'm going to take out the puff pastry. I'm just going to stick this on the counter. I do not measure things. I've cooked so long. And also, if you don't have something, do something else. So if you don't have a rotisserie chicken and you have leftover chicken, do that. If you have chicken breasts, bake them or cook them some other way, whatever way you like to cook them. Some of my best recipes have been because I had to substitute and didn't have exactly what the recipe called for. So that's enough. We're just going to try to thicken it. You want to let you want to get rid of the lumps, and you want it to thicken up. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I'm going to add seasonings in. Almost 2 cups of chicken broth next. Now, my chicken broth is going to be frozen because I make my own chicken broth. Handy dandy. It's just so much better than the chicken broth you get. Now, if you have regular chicken broth, that's fine. It doesn't matter. All right, it's almost melted. You can see it's starting to look like a little sauce. And then we're gonna add milk or cream or whatever you got. Goes for a little bit of ridiculousness. I'm gonna let these melt for a little bit. This is not at all in the recipe. We got these corn, carrots, and asparagus are gonna be our vegetables. We're just trying something different because we don't love the peas when it has a bunch of peas. I just threw those in there. They're pseudo still frozen, but they're going to warm up here, and then they're also going to bake in the oven when the thing bakes, so they will be completely cooked by the time we eat. Okay, this is my favorite hack with the puff pastry. I just left it out for about 40 minutes, and it's still a little cold, but it's workable. And I'm going to set it on the counter, and I'm going to just cut it into squares. Okay, so I cut them in just squares like this, and then we're going to just arrange them around the pie plate with the filling in it. Now I'm going to just beat up an egg. I'm going to do egg wash. Beat up an egg and brush it on it just so that it gets like that super crispy look. And I'm going to brush that all over the top. This gives it like real brown, crispy, crunchy. The puff pastry is going to look like, oh my God, it didn't work. Just keep going. Just let it keep cooking. I'll show you when it's done. All right, it took a while. I cooked it at 375, and I think I should have put it at 400. So I ended up putting it a little bit higher, and that's why the outside is a little bit darker, but looks gorgeous. Look at that. It's about 6:30. We're probably going to eat in about a half an hour. I'm just going to let it sit here and bubble because it will burn the heck out of your mouth. So this is my dog Hope. As I shared with you, she was 16. When I say that she was with me through the highest and lowest points in my life, she really was. She was with me every single day, and she was just amazing. The best way I always used to say was that Hope and I were the humans in the house, and then we had our amazing dogs, Harry and Luna, because I had been with her so long and we knew each other so well that I knew what she was thinking and she knew what I was thinking, and it's just safe to say that we supported each other. And my favorite things about her were her personality. She just was so brave, and she just was very independent, but she also was loving. So she would let me know exactly what she needed. If she needed, the other two sleep in the bed with me, and she did not want to unless there was a thunderstorm, and then she would tell me, she'd come and scratch and tell me she wanted to get in the bed. We used to, towards the end of her life, for the past year, I've really been her caregiver. She had kidney problems, and I was giving her fluids at home a couple times a week. And because of that, I would take her with me to Cane's. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it just became our ritual. I would take her with me to Cane's, and I would get some French fries in the car, and she would get some pieces of chicken, and it just became like really her happy, like our really happy ritual of the week. She just always, like, whenever she knew, like, she and I would have this thing, and she knew we were going to Cane's, and she would get a little pep in her step. So she also absolutely loved riding on boats. So we went to my friend Suzanne's cabin, and I was able to take her a few times over the past couple years, and just her and I didn't, I left the other dogs with the sitter and took her, and we just had some very special time riding in the boat and letting the wind go through her hair. And I know, some people are going to be like, your dog was 16? Like, it's not a surprise. And it's not a surprise. It's just a loss, an emptiness. And, those of you who have dealt with loss, and especially an animal that is your partner and with you all the time, and I work at home, so they were with me 24 hours a day. They are with me 24 hours a day, and that's a hole that, I feel throughout the entire day. So, there's so many memories, and I'm just so grateful that she came into my life and was so amazing, and that I could give her a good life. And I just wanted you to also know her Um, so this is just my way of honoring her. So thank you for hanging out for probably not the vlog that you suggested, but here she is. And I promise that we're going to have more uplifting vlogs in the future. I am getting ready to go to St. Thomas in the near future, so we're going to be prepping for that and doing outfits and stuff. I just am trying to put one foot in the front of the other right now. So
this is Hope. This is Hope. She's 15 and she's more human than dog. She and I make the decisions around the house, and it's needless to say that she has had a stellar week. She goes to Cane's with me and helps me go through the drive-through and get some little pieces of chicken on the way home. That's the highlight of our week. And she is so smart and she is so brave. Overall, we've had a really good week.